Hello everyone. I bet you just saw my my honorable mentions that I said that were before these films that I put in of my top 10 favorite films of the 21st century, which is basically from the year 2000 up to today, basically. And this video will be mainly about the 10 through 6, and then tomorrow there will be 5 through 1, like I said in the previous video I just made. But aside from that, let's talk about my 10 through number 6. So let's get started at number 10. But before I do that, oh, I love tea. Number 10, The Last Exorcism. This, in my opinion, is a really unique film I really enjoyed. Granted, the director, in my opinion, Eli Roth, has been a lot of controversy throughout the films, throughout these years. Like he did Hostel and Hostel 2, which aren't really that great films, in my opinion. But when he made The Last Exorcism, I'm just like, oh god, another Eli Roth type of found footage exorcism film. Alright, let's see this. And when I saw it in 2000, well, I didn't see it in theaters at the time, but I got the DVD, and wow, just wow. I was personally really freaking surprised by this film. I really enjoyed the feeling for it. It had the best of both worlds. It had both a found footage documentary feel to itself, and yet it also brought in the spiritual realm of exorcism, and also like the southern part of the United States, which very high regarding on religion. And I really liked how it brought that into speculation, and how Cotton Marcus he's part of the church, but he's like, these people are just putting us. He's like, I'm gonna expose these people for this, pointing out these so-called exorcisms and putting a total stop to it. I really like that. I really do like that approach a lot, and I really enjoyed that for what it was. And in my opinion, the film just keep throwing a twist after a twist after a twist. I'm just like, I did not know where this is going, even though it's a found footage horror film and we all know what the ending is. But the way at times where went from one scene to another, I thought was really unique and very seamless at times. And the cast was really good. The acting, like, holy crap, I really enjoyed the acting, especially from Reverend Cotton Marcus. He's really good. And also the girl who was in this film, I forgot her name, but she's extremely good in this film, and really brings out very sad and a real role in this film that you really feel for. It's like, gosh, you really don't. Excuse me. Like, there's moments where you see her so happy and so upbeat, and it's like, oh my god, how can an innocent girl come to such a low? And yeah, I like how in the film it explains how the evil feeds off positive attributes and stuff like that. I thought that was personally very interesting, and I personally thought it was really unique for itself. And above all things, I really enjoyed The Last Exorcism. In my opinion, I thought it was really unique for what it was. And, yeah, I thought it was just in my opinion, it was the best of both worlds put into one. Found footage and exorcisms. What more could you want from a unique horror film that a lot of people were pretty much surprised by? And I just want to say nothing about this film is that I actually like the ending. I know a lot of people don't, but I do like the ending. And don't get me started on the Last Exorcism Part 2. Talk about disappointing. Oh well. Number 9. Insidious. Now, Insidious for me was a really unique film. The way it built up, in my opinion, what's different from Insidious from all the other films on this list is the pacing. And in much more of these other films, there's like background music, or it could be having some kind of audible overlapping dialogue. And in this film, it's like they purely recorded all the sounds, all this type of stuff from the set, so you can truly get the excessive hearing and the excessive sound and range of the house that they were in, and also the way it moves at times. I will admit, one of the problems I have with Insidious is the build up. Like, I think is a bit too torturous. I'm just like, come on, make it a bit more involving. But looking back at it now, I think I appreciate it a lot more for what it was. And I thought the idea of this parallel type of dimension at Belfort itself was extremely unique, and I thought a lot of the performances in this movie were very, very good. Like Patrick Wilson, I think is his name in this film, was really, really good. The old lady was really, really good in this film. Those two like mystic type of photographers who take analysis of those type of things. Those two guys were a bit too goofy, but they were really funny. And of course, you have Rose Byrne. God, I love her. I really do love Rose Byrne. And above all things, I thought Insidious, was a really unique, strangely paced horror film, which I really, really appreciate and love. Number 8, The Descent. Now, a lot of people who are into horror films these days definitely know about The Descent. I like the story for itself, like these very, very outgoing nature type of woman go basically into like these underground caverns type of places, and they basically go like, I forget the term for that, but it's really, really interesting for the way it goes, and they go underground and they basically come across these remains of people. They're just like, oh my god, what the hell is all this? This is gross, this is horrible. And throughout the film they find these really, really weird creatures that are basically a mix between the best way to describe it is basically a mix between a vampire and Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Like, these things were fucking terrifying. They were really, really creepy, and I thought the design, the look of them were really unique. And I personally like how the film felt at times. Like, there's moments where it had like normal steady cam, but at moments it felt like it felt like it was found footage. It felt like the camera was really there. They were having the camera. And it's because sometimes they were having the camera. It was like, if you see the trailer, it's like, hello, is anyone there? Help us. And there's like, cheers. It's like, and you see a woman's head, and like her body like that. It's like, and you just see something like just hazeling behind her like that. It's just like, and I love how it builds that unique, sweet sounding of suspense, and I really, really enjoy that. And a lot of these women in this film were truly giving really, really really, really good performances. They really showed your desperation in a moment to survive. Like, will you really screw over your own friends just so you can survive another day in this hellhole? Would you really do that? And it really brings out a unique question. Above all things, the film looks brilliant. And I also love the levels of gore at times. Like, there is this, if you've seen this film, The Descent, there's a scene with this huge area of a pool of blood, which is one of the most iconic moments in modern horror films, in my opinion. And I think it's a really, really amazing scene. And above all things, I think The Descent was a really, really well directed and genuinely terrifying horror film that I thought was a truly, truly great surprise, in my opinion. And above all things, I think I personally really do appreciate it. And I thought it was really, really a great film for what it was, in my opinion. Number 7, 28 days later. 28 Days Later, in my opinion, was an absolute fantastic film. A lot of people know the director Danny Boyle did Slumdog Millionaire and 127 Hours, which is an absolute excellent film in my opinion. But that's not the point here. But what I really do appreciate about 20 Days Later is that they didn't get these glamorized people. They didn't get these really Hollywood-esque good-looking people. They got these modern-day type of people. The acting from everyone in this movie was very, very great. I think that the father was Brian Cox, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong with that. But not just him, but the daughter and the other girl and Cillian Murphy were all very, very great. There's a lot much within this film where I really felt like the bonding between these people was really, really great, and how it put questions to certain degrees, like, would you save another person, especially if they're just a normal-day citizen, unlike someone else, if it was your friend or family. It's like, would you really help someone else in certain situations? Because there's a lot of moments where some people would say, oh, better you than me, buddy. But they make these great bonding moments, and they really make these characters truly do come across as caring, and both very, very caring and sympathetic at times. And I also like how they bring into the aspect of regrouping within the military, and it's like, do you trust the people who are going to fight for you, who are going to stand up for you and take on these things? It's like, do you completely trust them? It shows that level of trust and level of how much do you truly trust the people around you, especially if it's people who you barely know, which I think is a brilliant question within something like that does happen. Like, if you regrouped, like, let's say the end of the world whole apocalypse thing happened, is like, or if a zombie outbreak thing happened, it's just like, if you found some more people and you joined with them, do you truly do trust them? And that brings out a certain degree of trust. Like how I said before, it's a very, very unique angle of this that I thought was very, very well presented within the film, and I thought the action was brilliant. The story was really, really well done. And for itself, I thought it was just a very, very surprisingly great horror film that a lot of people were truly taken by. And the last movie on this list, which is number 6, of course, is Paranormal Activity 1 through 3. 1, 2, and 3. A lot of people are saying, the Paranormal Activity franchise? No. First 3. Number 4 was okay, and if you want to know what I thought of the most recent one, which came out this year, just check out my Paranormal Activity The Marked Ones review. I hated that film. But I really fucking love these 3 films. The first film, I really thought it was unique for what it was. Like, it brought on this certain building of suspense for itself, and it brought on a certain unique type of mythos for itself, like Paranormal Activity history within his own family, and it goes back to the 80s in the third one, and I thought it was really, really interesting. But aside from that, I really like all these characters, like Katie, Mika, and damn it, I forgot the sister's name, who you see in the second film. And then you see, like, as a young girl in the third one, because the third one's actually prequel. I'm just like, if they just made these 3, and if they made the story for the third one in the first film, and if they did the second and third with the stories of the first 2 films, it would have made a bit more of a chronological sense. But for what it was, I thought it seemed, and especially the way the second one ended, if they just kept it at that, that would have been brilliant. It's like, oh my god, what happens to this character? I love it when horror films do that. It's like it gives it a very unconclusional feeling for itself. It's like, what really happened? It really builds up interest and builds up a sense of it doesn't get answers. And I love that aspect of a lot of films where it doesn't give answers all the time. It's not all about the answers. It's all about the questions bringing it up. It's like, oh my god, why did it end like this? Why doesn't it end like that? And I thought the way it really brung for itself would have been very, very interesting. Now, for the record, that was just purely what I wanted from the franchise, but I didn't get it. But it went from like number 1 and number 2 were very much interlocked stories. They're very much on the same dates, very much. And the third one was prequel, like I said before. The third one's a prequel that goes back like to the late 80s. And if I'm just saying, I kind of don't count the new films because those were, like I said before, those aren't that great. But these 3 films I thought were very, very well done. I love the scares, I love the characters, I love how uniquely well made it was. And above all things, in my opinion, Paranormal Activity 1 through 3 were very, very good. And you know what? I'll just quickly say what I think of each film. And if I had to give them like a certain rating of... No, wait, no. That's for another day. That is for another day. But that's not my first part of the video franchises of this 3-part horror movies of the 21st century of 2 or 3. And tomorrow you will see my 5 through 1 video. So stick around and see that, everyone. And until then, stay strong.